All right. Welcome to the Breakers podcast. Got special guest, got my man John Colavita. How you doing?
Doing great, man. It's a great way to spend your Saturday night talking about baseball.
Yeah. First, you gotta tell me. You want to tell me about yourself?
Yeah, I'm a junior at Penn State, majoring in broadcast journalism. One of the biggest baseball fans around. I've called games for summer league teams all across the country. I was in Massachusetts last year. I'll be in Minnesota this year calling games. It's one of my favorite things to do, and it's what I hope I can do for a career.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
See, for the interns with the Trend Generals and Trend Capitals,
Yeah,
2021. You want to tell me
yeah,
about that?
Yeah, intern for them. So I was supposed to do that after my senior year of high school, but obviously COVID happened, so I didn't get to do it till the following year. And I did it with two teams, so it was when one team was home, the other team was on the road. So it was maybe 15 minutes down the road from my house. The owner slash GM Mike Olshin, he's a former coach of mine, so he gave me the job. He gave me a chance. And then the Generals actually ended up winning the championship, which was awesome. It was really cool to see them go on that playoff run. And a bunch of old teammates and just former high school classmates were on that team. So it was a really cool ride. It was an experience I'll never forget.
Nice. That's awesome. Uh, so did you get a championship ring or anything?
Didn't get a ring. I
Uh,
actually asked about that. I thought we were going to. He said maybe, but apparently they were really expensive. The rings were they were a lot of money, so he just didn't get them.
Not even like a T-shirt or anything. It's
I got like hats. I got like they let me have like a couple of hats, and I didn't get a championship T-shirt, but I got like a Trenton Generals T-shirt at the end of the year.
that's cool. That's awesome. At least you got something.
Yeah, I got some.
All right. So then you moved on, bigger and better things. The director of broadcasting, media
Yeah,
relations for the North Adams Steeple Cats.
yeah. The Steeple Cats are in the New England Collegiate Baseball League, which quality wise, baseball quality, that's right below the Cape. We had a bunch of guys from our team go to the Cape last year, and that was really cool. So I had never been to New England before. I spent the whole summer in Western Massachusetts. It was kind of a ghost town. There weren't. It was like a very very small town, which made the experience really cool. And one of my old little league teammates was on that team, so I spent the summer dealing with them. We were really bad. We were 11-33, but I had a lot of fun with the guys. I'm still following them. Something differently that I did that summer was I was working with other broadcasters. I was working with broadcasters from each team. So the way it worked was if the Steeple Cats were the home team, I would call 1 through 3 and 7 through 9 on play by play, and then I would call 4 through 6 on color, and then it would switch when we were the away team. But I was working with a different broadcaster every night, which was something that I really enjoyed, honestly.
That's nice. That's awesome. All right. So now you're the broadcaster for the just a baseball club. How's that going?
So I haven't quite started that yet. That starts in May. I've put out some content for them already. The Northwoods League is a place that I've wanted to go for a really long time. It's one of the premier leagues in the country. You play 68 games, and it simulates a minor league grind. I'm gonna be up in Minnesota all summer, and my dad and I are taking a road trip out. We're gonna see a bunch of different stadiums, and
It's
I'm
awesome.
really looking forward to it. It's something that I've wanted to do for a long time.
That's awesome. Good to hear that.
Yeah.
Anything like you want to like broadcast for Penn State? Is that a goal of yours?
I've broadcasted a couple of games for Penn State. I was doing a lacrosse game today. Lacrosse isn't exactly my favorite sport to do, but it was fun. The Penn State women's lacrosse team is really really good. I've called volleyball games. I've called basketball games. Probably do a couple of baseball and softball games upcoming in the spring. Um, but yeah, no, my ultimate goal. I mean, out of college, I want to call minor league baseball out of college. That's the goal.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, putting your feet in the door, it's great. All these jobs. If it's anybody, it's you, man. I
I
believe
hope
in you,
so.
man. All right, let's go. Let's. I always ask the broadcaster this: if I was playing, like, if I don't know if you do the nicknames, like if I make like a shot or score a touchdown, now what would be like the nickname if I do something crazy, you know?
I don't I don't really have like a signature call. Like I don't really like to do like the catchphrase.
Yeah.
Um, but I do like to say "out of here" because of Harry Callis. I'm very big on "out of here," and I use the word "absolutely" a lot. Like that ball was absolutely crushed. I use that a lot. But I try to stay away from the catchphrase. I try to do something different every single time.
So that's cool. It's great. All right, since you're a big baseball fan, I see the Phillies
Yeah,
banner in the back. My
yes, sir.
condolences for the Phillies.
Hey, all everyone always says this. They say I'm sorry that you lost. I remember back on October 6th, I was just praying to not get embarrassed by the Cardinals. I was more than happy making it to the World Series. This year is World Series or bust, but I just enjoyed the ride this summer. This past postseason.
That's cool. It's good to hear. But it sucks that all the Phillies teams losing the championships. The MLS team lost. The Eagles lost. What's going on over there? I saw them flipping cars and stuff in Philadelphia.
Yeah, yeah. I wasn't a part of that, but if I don't blame them. Put it that way. I don't blame them for doing that.
All right, let's let's go to the let's since you're a baseball fan, we're gonna go with. I usually do my mid-season predictions of the baseball of the playoffs and what's gonna happen. So
Um,
I'm
uh,
I'm uh, I'm assuming you wanna chip in. I'll give you mine and then I'll give
yeah,
it to you. How's good? How's that sound?
yeah, it sounds good. Sounds good.
All right, all right. So I got my 6 seed American League. Got to be Seattle Mariners. You know, it's probably low on the list, but I think Seattle's there. Just they don't have the pitching yet to be one of the 3 or 4 or 5 seeds. So I got to put the 6 seed facing it off against the Twins, the number 3 seed. I really like what the Twins have done. They spend like a big market team. They get and they just got Carlos Correa back, and I feel like Sonny Gray and the pitching staff have something to prove, and I'll win that division. So that's I have them there. Number 3 seed facing off against the number 2 seed, getting the by the Yankees, just like last year. They got the 2 seed, but the Yankees get the 2 seed again. Going down to the 3 and 4 seed, Blue Jays Rays. That's gonna really be a good seed. The 4 and 5 seed. 4 and 5 seed, we got Toronto Blue Jays, Tampa Bay Rays. I feel like the Blue Jays are really scary. They had a downfall this year, but I feel like they have something to prove. And Hyun-Jin Ryu, I think, is going to come back. He's going to become rejuvenated. Jose Barrios, and I just don't like that they trade Teoscar Hernandez. A big part of their identity, who their team is. So that's why I have them as the number the number 5 seed because I feel like that's a big loss for them in the outfield. And but I have them beating the Rays. I feel like the Rays are on the decline a little bit. They lost last year to the Guardians, and they were like really favored to beat them. But I have the Rays in there. Uh, this didn't have a great lineup. You know, G-Man Choi under 200. All these guys were like under 200. It was like a minor league lineup. They showed out there. So I feel like just because of the lineup, the pitching is great. Lineup has to be better, and just gonna the Blue Jays gonna take care of them facing against the Astros. So you got that Blue Jays, the Astros, and the Yankees and the Twins. Yankees always beat the Twins. That's gonna be a sweep 4-0. I think they're gonna advance. But you know who always sneaks in and always does something big? It's the Astros. You can't count out the Astros. World Series champions. You know, even though they lost Verlander, they lost Cole. And people are downing them. They're still going to be in there. So I got to put the Astros and the Blue Jays. And I feel like it's going to be a 6-game series. The Blue Jays are like a really good team, sneaky team, but I feel like the Astros will pull through. I feel like the Yankees, they're finally make it to the World Series. I feel like it's like they got embarrassed. They feel like they want this. I feel like I got in their heads a little bit that they got swept. They got Aaron Judge. They have a monster series. He just re-signed, and I feel like it's gonna go off ALCS. So I'll hand that off to you, American League. Then we'll go to National League.
All right. For the sixth seed, I don't know. I gotta go with the Rays because the American League is so weird where so many teams are close. I think the Rays get better with Tyler Glass now coming off of Tommy John. I think Tyler Glass now is one of the best young pitchers in baseball. And the Rays always find a way to do well, regardless of the talent. They always find a way in the playoffs, and they're never bad. So I think the Rays are going to be the sixth seed. The five seed, I got to go with the Jays because the Jays are filthy. Like I think Bo Bichette is going to win MVP this year. I think he's one of the best shortstops in baseball. I think Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is the best pound for pound hitter in Major League Baseball. I don't think it's close. Maybe Bryce Harper's close to him, but I just think that Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is just a freak of nature, but the Blue Jays they're not going to beat the Yankees. I think the Yankees are going to beat the two seed. I just think they're too good, but they didn't get better though. That's the thing. They just kept everybody. They didn't get significantly better. I think Judge and Stanton are going to do their thing. I think Severino is going to have a great year. I think Nestor Cortez, there's something wrong with him right now. He can't really pitch for the WBC team, but I think he's going to have a fantastic season. Um, the Mariners, they're going to be the four seed just solely because of the fact that the Astros are going to be ridiculous. So the Mariners are going to be the four seed because I think that Julio Rodriguez is the most polarizing player in baseball. I think Ty France is the most underrated first baseman in all of Major League Baseball. And I just love their team. Cal Raleigh is a great power catcher. They have a really complete team. And if they can get that pitching staff under control, they're going to be scary. The Guardians are going to be the three seed because the AL Central is horrible. The AL Central is really, really bad. So I know you picked the Twins. I don't have any faith in the Twins. I don't think, and I think I'll come out and say this right now. I think Carlos Correa is one of the most overrated players in baseball.
Oh
I
man,
think he is a locker room cancer. I think he is overrated, and I think that there's a reason that he went back to the Twins. He signs with the Giants. He signs with the Mets, and there's a reason that he failed his physicals for a reason. I think he's washed. I think he's 28. He's 28 years old and he's washed. And then the Astros are going to be the first seed. So I think that with the Astros and the Yankees we get a bye. So the Blue Jays would play the Mariners, and the Mariners are going to win that because they're just better. They're a better team. And then the Guardians are going to beat the Twins, and then that would mean the Guardians would play the Yankees. The Yankees will. It's going to be kind of a repeat of last year. It's going to end up being Yankees Astros in the ALC. Actually, no. It'll be Mariners. It would be Mariners Yankees then, because I think the Mariners find some way to beat Seattle in the playoffs. Just solely for the thing. I'm saying this because I just to be different a little bit. I think the Astros are the best team in baseball. And I don't think it's very close, but I think the Mariners have a spark in them that is going to propel them ahead. Again, I really like what Julio Rodriguez can do. Um, I think the Yankees beat
plus
the
they play
Mariners.
the Astros. Is going to be playing them a lot.
Yeah, I
That's
think the
always,
Mar. Yeah,
always good.
they'll be familiar. So I think it'll be Mariners and Yankees in the ALCS, and it's going to be a toss up. But the Yankees have a deeper rotation and they have a better bullpen. I think the Yankees go to the World. It pains me to say this, but I think the Yankees go to the World Series.
All right. National League, your league. You want to start it off?
Yeah. I'm gonna start off in the NL East. I think the Mets are gonna run away with this division. I think the Mets got ridiculously good. I love this. They signed Verlander. They signed a lot of guys. They have one of the. Everybody's talking about how they lost DeGrom. I don't really think that's much of a loss. Yes, is Jake DeGrom one of the best pitchers in baseball? Yes, but he can never stay on the field. So, would you rather have 12 starts of Jacob DeGrom or 36 starts of Justin Verlander? Because Justin Verlander doesn't miss time. He had Tommy John a few years back, but he is very, very rarely not on the field. So I think the Mets come in first place. I think the Phils come in second. I think the Phillies have a slow start to the year because Bryce Harper's not going to play. They'll be 500 at the All-Star break. Bryce Harper will come back and they'll go on a tear just like they did last year. I think the Braves come in third, but honestly, it's first, second, or third in the NL East. It's any three combination. All three of them are gonna make the playoffs. The Braves, Phillies, and Mets are too good not to be in the playoffs, especially with the Braves have in Austin Riley, who in my opinion is one of the is a top five, top three third baseman in baseball. I think that Spencer Strider is one of the best young pitchers in baseball, and I love what I Ozzy Albies. I Ozzy Albies is one of my favorite players. I love the way he plays. He's this fantastic, gritty second baseman, and he's very, very fun to watch. I think that the Cardinals run away with the Central. It's the Central's always a toss up, but it's the Cardinals. They have Goldie, they have Arenado, they have Jack Flaherty. They're going to be good. And then I think the Padres are going to win the West somehow over the Dodgers. The Dodgers have had a monopoly over the West for years, and I think it's the Padres' year. They signed Bogarts, Xander Bogarts. I think he's a little overrated, but he's still a very good defensive shortstop, and he knows he knows how to hit. He can hit to the opposite field. He hits for average. He's going to give you 15. He's not going to mash the ball the way Machado or Tatis or Soto are going to do, but if you can get 15 to 20 home runs out of your shortstop spot, that's all you really need. You only really need that. So number one seed's going to be the Mets. 2 seed will be the Padres. 3 seed will be the Cardinals. 4 seed will be the Phillies. 5 seed will be the Braves. And then the 6 – no, I lied. The 4 seed will be the Phillies. The 5 seed will be the Dodgers. And the 6 seed will be the Braves. So the Braves would play the Cardinals in the first round. The Braves win that. And then the Phillies would play the Dodgers. And the Phillies always beat the Dodgers. I've been alive I'm 21 years old. I've never seen the Phillies lose a series to the Dodgers. They always own them every year. My dad remembers 1978 or 79 or whatever year they lost. I think it was 77. It was called Black Friday, I think it was called, where the umpires blew a call and the Phillies lost. They didn't get to go to the World Series or something. He talks about it all the time. But the Phillies own the Dodgers. 08 and 09, they tore them apart. Jonathan Broxton, I'm sure you remember. I think the Phillies beat the Dodgers. They move on. They're a very good team. And then obviously the Mets and the Padres would get a bye. So the Braves will play the Mets. And the Braves always beat the Mets. I don't control it. It just happens. The Braves are going to upset the Mets. And then the Phillies are going to do what they did last year, beat the Padres. They had to do it in the NLCS last year. They'll do it in the DS this year. And then it'll be Phillies and Braves. I think the Phils go back to the World Series. They're a better team this year. They have a deeper pitching staff. They have a better bullpen. And I'm trying to seem unbiased here. I don't see a team coming into Philadelphia and winning. I was at Game 4 of the NLCS. It was the coolest sporting event I've ever been to. Are you familiar with the whiteout at Penn State?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I skipped the Penn State whiteout to go to the Phillies NLCS Game 4, and it was one of the best decisions I ever made. So I think World Series is Phillies Yankees, and I think the Phillies get revenge for 09, and I think they come out on top. And if it happens the way I predict this, I will be on top of the world.
Yeah, you gotta repost it. You gotta do everything.
Yeah.
All right, my thing. Phillies, I think number 6 seed.
Okay.
Against the Cardinals, losing to the Cardinals. Just because they lost to them last year, they're gonna have revenge and they're gonna beat the Phillies.
Okay.
Better pitching, better bullpen. They got 2 MVP candidates, Arenado, Goldschmidt. You can't stop those guys. You have a monster series. I gotta go with the Cardinals. We got Braves and the Dodgers. Braves 4 seed, Dodgers 5 seed, and yeah, they're gonna play. And I feel like the Dodgers are gonna win this. It's gonna be a close. It's gonna be a close, maybe like a If game 5, because it's the first round, so we win in 5. I gotta go with the Dodgers. It's gonna be close. And we got the Padres and Mets. Padres #1 seed. I agree with you. And win the West. I feel like the Xander addition's huge. I feel like Tatis has something to prove. The PEDs, I don't think it was the PEDs was his fault. He's still a talented player. He still could play his heart out, and he always tries hard and puts monster numbers. I think he's gonna really play it well, and that this season, and the Mets the 2 seed, and I feel like the Mets versus the Cardinals got to be the Mets. Gonna be a sweep, but beating the Cardinals. I feel like you can't stop Verlander, you can't stop Scherzer, even though he pitched bad in the wild card game. It's gotta be the Mets. Their bullpen's lights out as well, and just gonna overpower the Cardinals. Dodgers, Padres. That's gonna be glued to my camera right there. It's the DS. It's not the wild card, so it's 5-game series. I gotta pick the Padres. I don't know. Dodgers always choke. They always choke the big games. They got that Fugazi Championship 2020. Don't even count. I don't even count that. But I feel like the Padres are gonna win. They play the Dodgers so many times. I feel like that's such a big point. Nobody brings up when you play the same team over and over and over again. You know their strengths, you know their weaknesses. So I gotta go with the Padres here versus the Mets. And I feel like the Mets, they got revenge. I think Scherzer's gonna play well. He's gonna get the MVP of that series. Cause he didn't pitch well against the Padres. He's gonna be like, I'll show you guys. I know I signed the big bucks. This is where I came to pitch. And he's gonna play the Padres, and they're gonna win. And I face him Mets Yankees World Series. I gotta go with the Yankees in 7 games. It's gonna be great. The city's gonna be on top of the world, and I gotta go with the Yankees and Carlos Rodon for an MVP, because I think nobody talks about it, like how sneaky of a signing he was. He just pitches monster numbers out there. I think he's gonna put the pressure off Cole to not be the guy, and I think he's gonna just step up and pitch his heart out.
It's gonna go 7. It's gonna go 7. There's no way it doesn't, because they're just not going to let it happen. I gotta take the Phillies. I gotta go with my gut. They've been there before. They only got better. I mean, if I had my way, I would have loved to keep David Robertson, and I would have loved to keep Zach Eflin. I understand that the Yankees have, Rodon, Severino, and Nestor Cortez. They strike out too much, and Zach Wheeler's going to win the Cy Young this year, and I think people don't talk about him enough, that how good Zach Wheeler is. I think he wins the Cy Young. I think the Phils win in 7. I'm gonna go with Schwarber. I think Kyle Schwarber has another 40 home run season this year, and I think he absolutely goes off in the playoffs.
Nice. Good choice. All right, we're gonna go with everyone's favorite round now, the quick fire round. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Who's your favorite player of all time?
My favorite player of all, it's Chase Utley. It's not close. I love Chase Utley.
Yeah. He's a great player, great choice. Favorite team, is it the Phillies?
It is the Phillies, yeah. Phillies.
All right. Favorite TV show?
Favorite Entourage. It's not. I love Entourage.
Nice. Favorite movie?
The Shawshank Redemption.
Nice. Favorite snack?
Doritos.
Favorite ice cream, what would you put on it?
My favorite ice cream flavor is cookies and cream, and I'm putting gummy bears in it.
Nice. Favorite commercial?
Any of the Geico commercials where it's like, how happy are people, Larry? It's like, happier than this. You know what I mean? You know those ones?
Yeah, for sure. Those are great. And then we'll finish off with everyone's favorite question. Who's your celebrity crush?
Oh well, it's it's Scarlett Johansson. Scarlett Johansson, my celebrity crush. Yeah, she's she's gorgeous. She's fantastic.
Nice. All right. John, thank you for coming on the show. Is there anything you want to wrap off with before we conclude the episode?
Yeah, go Phils, baby. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you, thank you. Where can people find you?
Hit me up on Instagram or Twitter, J_Colavita12. I'm always posting stuff about broadcasts. Follow the Honkers on Instagram, at honkersbaseball. Get ready for follow collegiate summer baseball. Follow college baseball. There's a month and a half till your favorite team starts playing. Start watching baseball. I know as soon as I'm getting off this, Penn State plays Miami. I'm putting that on ESPN Plus. It's gonna be a good night.
Nice, nice, for sure. Yeah, links in the description. Make sure you follow John's platforms, and I'll see you in a splash.